Oh my gosh, yo, this is a game changer, man.
When a top chef says that about a food photograph taken on a simple camera setup, you know you're onto something special. And I'm going to show you exactly what made the difference. If your food photos aren't making people hungry, you're probably making at least one big mistake, maybe even two. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how to fix them in this video. And the best part? You don't need any fancy gear or pro camera skills. Just the phone in your pocket and a few simple tips.
Yo, this is such a beautiful light too.
And that's the thing, great food photography comes down to small changes that can make a big difference. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Tom and I've been a food photographer for over 10 years. And I've worked across restaurant menus, websites, social campaigns, helping some of the UK's best visual chefs and creators show off their dishes to the best possible light, literally. And the one thing I've learned, it's not about having the most expensive gear. What really matters is knowing how to capture the story of your food. What makes it special, personal, craveable. Recently I had the chance to sit down again with top chef Kareem Roberts. You might know him from an old Food Envy podcast episode, or his Instagram profile at Broke Diner. I first noticed Kareem for his striking plates, super creative and beautifully composed. But what really stood out for me was how he used photography to showcase them.
But look at this though.
Yeah, you still have really nice shadows, don't you?
A popping picture, man.
That was his reaction after just a few tweaks. And it goes to show, when you understand how to work with light and your environment, the results will speak for themselves. Kareem's now working on his first cookbook and he's planning to shoot the entire thing himself. So this was a perfect moment for us to sit down again to talk about food, photography and the overlap between them. If you're a passionate home cook or a chef trying to level up your online presence, you're going to get a ton out of this conversation.
This is what I needed!
Let's get into it. I start by sharing the first 3 things I look for every time I walk into a kitchen or restaurant for a food shoot. They might seem simple, but they tell me everything I need to know about how that food's going to look on camera.
The first thing I'm looking at is the light. So what do we have? What options are there? Do I have to use a strobe or a flash or constant lighting? But for most people, they don't have those options. So again, just try and find a decent window, keep it simple, get out of the kitchen. Then you're looking for surfaces. Got some brilliant surfaces here, be it wooden, be it the floor. You can start, I've used chairs before as well, just to find something with a bit of texture, a bit of interest. Just a white table or something like that, it's just a bit bland. You just want to add a little bit more to the story, especially if you're doing like a modern rustic dish or something. Having on a nice wooden table just helps to tell that story as well. So it's adding more story to the image effectively without distracting from the main event, which is clearly the plate of food. That's why I wouldn't get too involved in things like propping it, knives and forks, any of that kind of stuff. Just keep it clean. Because at the end of the day, that's what most people are interested in. They're interested in what you are producing, and that's that food. And what we'll do is we'll go through an example, because I think it's easier to see than it is to tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll do a bit of that. So Kareem, what I'm going to do is maybe ask you, in a professional kitchen, do you think most chefs, when they're taking pictures of their food, would literally just do it anywhere in the kitchen, not really give it too much thought? Do it on the pass. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do it and give it the worst light possible. So we've got horrible yellow bulbs up here, which is really really unpleasant for food. And I think a lot of chefs would probably just do it like this. And if you're really going to choose a bad angle, you would probably try and do it something like this, which distorts the image terribly. And then you also then have to contend with the really bad lighting in here. A step up from this would probably be over here, because we've got some natural light over here. So if you just follow me around, you could certainly, if you wanted to, do something a bit more here. Because again, straight away, I don't know whether you can see it on the camera, but you've got much better color of light here. It's very yellow over there. It's much lighter, much whiter over here, which is, for food, much more impressive. So again, you could do a shot like this if you wanted, but again, the surface is awful. The lighting, we've got some hot spots, we've got some horrible things in here. So again, simple changes that I think anybody could do. If you just follow me outside, even if you didn't want to put any more thought than literally just coming out of the kitchen and finding, a table with some nice shadow, something like that. So what we do, what you want to avoid is the very bright, this is harsh light here, which is coming direct from the sun, which stylistically you can do. But I think for most, this sort of shadow area would be the much better area to do it. And then straight away, if we take an image like this, the light is an awful lot more suitable for food photography. And also, I still wouldn't recommend this angle using a smartphone to anybody, but again,
if we're using the light coming from here, which is side light, as opposed to shooting this way, which is front lighting, which just flattens out everything, it's much nicer to come from the side, or you can either come from this way, but what I would do is get a card. I use this stuff all the time. It's just a little bit of card, nothing special about this at all. You could even use paper, but it's just this happens to stand up. And what it's doing is it's bouncing light from the window back into the food. So now, if you take a shot like this, it will be lit. It'll be lit much nicer. And also from here, if I take a photograph, you'll see more light than there was before. So there's just some simple changes that you can make to your setup from taking it in the kitchen, which is probably the worst place you could do it. With a bit more intentionality, you just come straight back out to your restaurant, find a nice surface to shoot it on, beautiful window light, try and avoid hard light, keep with the soft light, and that can be a really good place to start. Now you can see how much of a difference it makes when you simply get out of the kitchen and shoot your food in beautiful natural light. But of course, great lighting only gets you so far. The plate itself needs to look incredible. And that's why I've put together a free resource to help you with that side of things. It's called the Plate Like a Pro Checklist, and it's designed to help chefs and creators level up their presentation game with practical tips on composition, colour, balance, and all those little details that make a dish not only taste amazing, but look amazing too. So if you want your plating to match the quality of your cooking and your photography, just grab it for free using the link in the description below. Trust me, it'll make a big difference next time you're styling a dish. What I have here is I have a selection of different things that you may not have thought about. So we've got a reflector over here, which basically you can get from you can get it off Amazon. They're about 15 quid, something like that. They're really not very expensive, but they can really, really help. So if you can just pass that to me. Does exactly the same thing, just on a larger scale, if you see what I mean. So you could just get a tripod or a light stand like that one, and just, there's a little hook there, and it can just sit there.
Okay.
You have different colors. So for example, you have a gold.
Yeah.
Like if you were trying to do something in early morning light. So the hard light we have on this table over there, if you were trying to do a breakfast shoot or something, you could use the gold and it would match that kind of warmth of the morning light, if you see what I mean. There's also a black on here as well. And what the black does, it actually creates more shadow.
Oh.
So if you wanted to stylistically create an image that had really harsh or really extreme contrast, you could have still the daylight, but if you have a black surface here, it will create more shadow.
It will absorb the light.
Exactly. Yeah. So you create more shadow. So again, it's a free way, because you're literally just using the same light source apart from 20 quid for one of these, to create a different, more striking look, which can be really good. If you had only one window and harsh sun coming all the time, it's actually got a transparent layer.
Oh.
Do you see what I mean?
You can put this against.
So you could put that against the window and it will stop that being quite so harsh. Let me show you. So on the back of this, you see there's black?
Yeah.
So you just turn this inside out.
Okay.
There's silver as well. So there's black and silver in there, so if you want to do the black. But yeah, if you want to try and stop this light being quite so harsh, you can do that. Did you see how it's completely saved that shot?
Wait, let me see that. Take that off again.
Let me show you on this one actually.
That's actually beautiful.
So you could tape this to the window somehow, and it saves you.
Oh,
see what I mean?
This is the one.
Yeah. Let's try a real world example, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Just to show how we can make it so you can shoot in any light in any situation.
Yeah, because taking the picture from here, this is obviously a well-lit window, and I'm getting really harsh shadows.
Yeah.
And a lot of mood, more than I'd like. And you'd wonder, like, what do I do? Wait until the sun moves?
Yeah.
However,
I mean, some people would still use this.
I saw a book. I have a book at home where it's a lot of the photography. Because looking at it, right?
Yeah.
It's not awful, but it's not my style.
No.
It's not my style.
No.
And
I think you could absolutely make a style out of this.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it's beautiful.
Because it's quite graphical. Because that hard shadow is so hard.
Yeah.
You could make something quite cool with it. You absolutely could. But I think for most people, and this is for about most people. It's too much, and you would need to have more control over your camera to make that work.
Yeah.
Because if you use your smartphone, it will try and even out all of these shadows. And if you're intentionally putting shadow in it, you kind of want to keep them in there. So your camera could do it, your phone probably won't, if you know what I mean. But I think the biggest thing we can do here is clearly do this, which makes all the difference in the world, right?
Oh my gosh, yo, this is a game changer, man.
Simple. But again, because you still have the really nice...
But look at this though.
Yeah, you still have really nice shadows, don't you?
A popping picture, man. This is what I needed.
Try it with the camera as well.
Oh man, absolutely, man. Yo, this is gonna be such a game changer for me.
Yeah,
No,
so literally stick this to the wall somehow.
Yo, this is such a beautiful light too.
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it?
This is.
So this is effectively the softbox. So it's a massive softbox. So you'll get some really nice gradient of shadows, right?
Incredible, man.
So if
On
I
such
move
harsh
it,
light
you
too.
can see it move.
Yeah.
So you can kind of play with where the shadows are and
But
stuff.
this is on harsh light too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean, this is a beautiful day, but not good for food photography.
No, but this adjusted. But even at home.
Yeah.
Even at home, maybe I can shoot in natural light at home now. These are so beautiful, man.
Excellent.
Oh, this is a lifesaver here, man. What? I have no worries right now. I have no worries.
Excellent.
Now this really is how you control natural light.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do this, man.
Yeah, it's neat,
I
isn't
don't
it?
have to take another. All I need to do is figure out how do I
Yeah.
hang this up here.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of engineering.
You will start to notice again the quality of the shadow between because it's just
June.
more.
It's gonna be different in June. At this time.
The intensity of the light coming out now is more, so you're going to get slightly more contrasty shadows anyway, but really pleasing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you take that away, they're too much for me and for most people.
If we remove this, look at this, man.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there are cookbooks that I've seen. I own cookbooks.
Because look at that, how hard that shadow is. Again, if you're meaning to do it, that's fine.
Yeah, sure, but you're not.
Let me get one with the hard
Yeah,
shadow.
go ahead.
And then I don't think you need to actually change any of your gear, to be honest with you, because I think your camera is probably enough. I don't think you need to. The fact you have constant lights, I don't think you need to use them, because if you can now, get that diffuser across the window, this will be better. It'll cost no more money, which again is wonderful, right?
Yeah.
So I think you have everything you need to be able to create some really good images. Shoot in RAW. Make sure you shoot at a longer focal length, so zoom into 50, and then if you need to move back. And I think you will be 90% of the way of what you need. Then it's just getting this out as fast as possible, looking brilliant, which it will do, and then forget about this part of it. Just shoot.
Tom, thank you so much, man.
You're very welcome.